Man, what was wrong with that dog? Hey. Just one moment. Just one moment. All right. Hey, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. What kind of game is it? What kind of game is it? Well, you walk around inside of this world. You solve puzzles. You run away from things that want to kill you. You fight other things and try to kill them. Whenever you get killed, you just are immediately resurrected, like it's no big deal. Same for all your enemies, too. They enjoy the same perks that you do as far as restarting. So death is not very final. It's a 3D game. It's got intricate, detailed levels where the placement of objects matters. And everything is aligned on grids, delightful grids, just 3D graph paper. If you've ever picked up old Dungeons and Dragons type of manual, and you look, and you flip through, and you see all these kind of clever, detailed maps, and you're enthralled with that detail. There's this complex set of rooms and chambers, and it's got different things in it, and it looks like someone spent a lot of time designing it. That's the kind of feel you get when you're looking at this game. But unlike Dungeons and Dragons, even though the dungeon master would come up with all these detailed grids and graph paper and all that, rarely is all that spatial information used in a campaign. The dungeon master could say, you've entered a small chamber 10 feet by 10 feet wide. Does it affect your gameplay that much? I suppose that maybe your party barely has room to fit into that room or something like that. Not really. In this game, space matters. How things are laid out matters. If a door is in one place and it were moved to be just 1 meter over, it could change what you do entirely. So it's logical problem solving, dealing with space in a highly designed, intricate level. Maybe I'm getting a little bit better at pitching the game, maybe just a tiny bit. Now, I do like to say, show don't tell. Let's do a demo. And normally I would not spend a minute or two explaining what the game is, but I gotta get in practice because I won't always be able to get someone's attention to watch a demo of the game. And sometimes I have to explain what the hell it is and maybe pique their interest and get them to spend 5 minutes looking at the game itself. So let's pretend that I piqued your interest, and then we're going to spend 5 minutes looking at the game itself. Let's do that right now. I'm also very interested in this little tortilla treat that I made. Please forgive me for eating on camera. All right, so at the beginning of each stream, I demo recent progress. This is a level I made months ago, and it's been recently introduced to the playtesting group. By the way, I don't even feel like calling them playtesters anymore. They need an upgrade. They're play crafters, because the things that they're telling me are directly affecting the design of the game. So there is a little bonus challenge, and it involves getting this little box here, this little present, this gift box here. Here I'm not actually playing the game, by the way. I'm in a scene editor. It's a development tool Unity. And I had a pretty complicated solution to get at that present. But the playtesters just figured out an easier way to get to it, and the intended solution that I wanted them to do, they didn't need to. They could just get to it a much easier way. So I played it much harder myself and added a whole bunch of extra obstacles and stuff here that would force the intended solution. I'm not going to go into that any deeper. I'm just commenting that's recent progress. I'm going to go over to another level I made yesterday that I'm a little bit proud of. Let's see, what did I call it? Oh, Rotorinth. It's a kind of a portmanteau of rotation, rotary, and labyrinth. It is a maze full of rotation. Let's load that up. Let's play it. Okay. Okay, so this creature with the red hair, that's M. She's your character that you control. There's a whole story, how she got here, people she meets, the conflict, all that, but I won't go into it. Okay, but she finds herself exploring all these different levels and trying to get to the end of them. So your goal in this is to find the level exit and go up it. Now your secondary goal, optional goal, is to get the present. Each level's got one present in it. And it's meant to be that it's like a pretty good challenge for most players to get to the level exit, but some people, they want a little bit more. They want to really be challenged. So I leave the present, one present on each and every level. If you haven't seen the present, it's hiding someplace, and you've got to go look for it. Well, you don't have to. It's optional, actually. All right, some other elements, or let's do movement. You can fling. Flinging is just like walking, except it takes you as far as you can go until you reach an obstacle. You're always inside of one square. So maybe there's a little bit of animation that implies a movement from one square to the other, but as far as the game is concerned, as soon as you press the key, issued the command, you are in the next square. You're never somewhere in between, logically, only visually. Okay, what else? Spikes. If you land on a spike, you die and you're reborn inside of the egg. Okay, what are these things with gray walls and the little brown middle part? I call them axles. I don't know if I'll keep that name. But if you push the walls from one side, it just rotates them. Okay? If the space that they would have to move through in order to rotate is blocked, you can't push it. It just kind of goes back. So it's a very binary thing. Either it's going to be able to rotate all the way 90 degrees, or it's not. Oh, just one little. You know how hard it is to not eat food when you're hungry and that food is like right next to you? So there's quite a few axles that you can turn, but there's impediments to it too, and there's some red herrings here. Like this one, it seems like you could turn it, but whenever you're inside of two walls where one is clockwise of you and one's counterclockwise, the wall is going to bang into you as you try to push. So So definitely from this side I can't rotate this. From this other side it's the same situation if I were to go there. From this side there's spikes in front of all the places where I might stand to push on the walls to make it rotate. So this axle and its spokes, they're essentially this equivalent of just walls. I can't do anything with this one. It's just a bit of a red herring. Now this one on the other hand, I can turn it that way. I couldn't keep rotating it from this side anyways. No, actually from any side. In this direction because there's spikes here. I can go this way. I can get it to go a couple turns that way. So there's a range of possible motion on this that is implied by the obstacles that are around the axle and you know, the different places that you can push on the spokes that would turn it. So my first goal is maybe let's just get up to the top part. I see this red light coming out of that doorway up there. That's a clue to a player who's been through the other levels in the game that that's where the level exit is. So let's see if I can get up there. I know I can't. I made the puzzle, but a lot of this is moving some axles out of the way, or the spokes on them out of the way, so that you can move another axle, which is the one that you actually want to move. So that one there I moved to just get it out of the way so I can make this guy rotate. So yeah, this is an example of one that I can't rotate from this angle. This one I can rotate. This one, yes. This one, no, right? Because when you're on the inside of essentially an acute angle, or not an acute angle, a right angle, it won't work. All right. So I'm through it. This is the level exit. There's another stairway out here to explore. Okay. Now I'm not going to solve the bonus puzzle, but I will show one other capability of puzzle making that comes from this axle and spoke combination. You can walk on top of the spokes and the axle, and you can get to different places, but you would need to create a route that takes you where you want to go. So I'm not giving away too much, but the heart of the bonus puzzle for getting the present is just arranging all of these axles and spokes so that they create a continuous path to the bonus, to the present. And that's it. And I won't do it because I've made a new policy that during the demo portion of the stream, I will no longer show solutions to get presents. I don't mind showing the exits because they're meant to be a little bit easier to get to anyhow. So I don't think I'm giving away that much. But the bonus puzzles to get the present, I'll leave them off the demo portion of the stream. Now when I'm making levels and I'm working through the bonus challenges, then it's all spoilers. It's totally all spoilers. The other thing that I'm going to try to leave off of the streams, or the demo portion of the stream at least, is story. And there's some story events. They're so amazing that I'm not even going to stream them. There'll be a period of time where I'll be doing a lot of work off stream, and I'll just have small updates. when working heavily on some of the more important story parts, which are just... There is a wonderful surprise coming in the story. It's going to blow people away. You gotta believe me. But I can't tell you. I can't tell you. There might be some day you read a review and the reviewer is going to say the same thing. It's going to say, just play it. It's going to say, just play it. I don't want to ruin it for you. Just play it. It's going to be that good. All right. So this session, I'm making another level. It's going to feature axles. Let's do it. I think I've got plenty of time to make an entire new level. I've had a good record of getting through about one level every 4 to 5 hours, or every little bit of weeknight that I've got, and I intend to keep that going. So let's just let's do a save as, and I already have the concept in my mind. I can already partially see this. Problem is that the name I want to give this level, I already gave it to a different level and then I renamed it. I think I'll just rename this other file. In the end, it'll probably serve me well to do that. I'll have less confusion. So there was a level called Deep Corridor. And there's another level called Long Corridor. And after I made Long Corridor, that was actually the first one that was on the screen at the start of the session. I was very satisfied that the Long Corridor actually was a very long corridor. But I was less satisfied that the original level very early in the game named Deep Corridor was a proper deep corridor. It didn't feel deep at all, to be honest. So I renamed that level, at least what you see in the game, as Friendly Corridor. And I think now it's time to make a proper deep corridor. So let me go in. That's a pretty deep hierarchy is what it is. Okay, just rename these. Friendly. Then go back to levels, JSON. Change this to friendly, because that'll be the name of the scene. So the column on the left is like the display name inside the game, what you actually see. And the thing on the right is the name of the file or scene, which is the internal name that Unity uses to look up the level. So also I've got some files that are generated. In my pre-processing, level thumbs. So let's rename Deep Corridor to be Friendly Corridor. It needs to match the scene name basically, and that allows my code to look up the thumbnail and not get confused. And then I've got pre-processing data, which is information that is calculated in the editor and saved to a file, so I don't need to continuously use up CPU to generate that same information. Okay, and now we'll take rotorinth and we will, I'm just not ready Hold on. Before I do that, let me just make sure I got this right. Because what I want to do, make sure it works, do a git commit, and then resave an existing level with the old file name. I just want to make sure I'm not like losing anything when I do it. So I'm going to double check that I can load friendly corridor. Okay, so I'll use my cheat key to skip past this level. Okay, that successfully loaded friendly corridor. So you can see it's really not that deep. Not by my standards anyways. This game is all about verticality. The data structures that store the logical elements of the level, they're all designed for highly vertical levels. They're very efficient in levels that have a lot of space from top to bottom. Okay. So then let me check the thumbnail. There we go. Thumbnail's there. Everything's there. I'm good. Okay, so let's save that. Do that git commit. I just made it official. I'm not calling Matt and Alex play testers. They are now play crafters. Okay. Added Rotorinth, renamed Deep Corridor, Friendly Corridor. Another thing I should do is rotate my backups. So while it's doing that, I'm just gonna pop out the nightly backup. I'm so well backed up right now. Got my local rotating backups. I've got git pushes out to a remote repository, which is used for automated builds. I've got a local backup that is not part of the rotation, which is like kind of a long-term backup, is in like a little fire-resistant pouch. I went through some horrors earlier, and I'm now set up much better. Really deliberately thought out the backup stuff, and I feel much better as a result. Made a few mistakes there. Almost lost a half year's worth of work. And that was not going without a backup. That was just having a shitty backup strategy. Didn't realize it was shitty. It took a little work. Took a little experience. Took a little pain to figure out that it was a shitty backup strategy. Okay, so that's all good. So now, on to level design. Save as. Project. Scene. Deep corridor for realsies. Okay. Deleting all the previous level because this is the save as. Okay. So first I'm going to take the player and the camera and just move them way up because I do want there to be some depth to this whole thing. So let's see. Tremendous depth. Let's see how much. Okay, we're up 236 meters. That's not bad, but I'm gonna go even deeper. Where are we at? 287. Let's take it up to just past 300. It's gonna get crazy. All right, maybe that's too crazy. Let's go right at 300. Okay. So, for some context, this block here is 1 by 1 by 1. So when I say 300, it means 300 of these blocks down. That's how far the bottom will be. Let's make sure this will cover it. I think do A50, B50, A50, B50, A50. Although it makes more sense to go by intervals of 8. So that's it. 48. Yeah, 48. Let's keep doing this until see this square here should change to floor. There it is. Okay, cool. Now let me take another floor square. Let's take it to 0. Okay. It helps me to think about a few constraints so I'm not just totally inventing everything as I go. I think I'm going to make one tier, I'll call it, at every 48 squares. And how many tiers will that be for if we're saying we're up above 300? Okay, 300 divided by 48, it won't be even. 6.25. So what is 6 times 48? 288. Okay. So this is going to be bottom, but I now know that with the kind of stair-stepping design that's in my mind right now, that there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gradations. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think I got that wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And so there can be a little bit of room on the bottom to put some things. I will make this not too wide, because I do want the player to be able to see across the chasm or the corridor. Okay, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so I'll set this down to 0. Maybe come up one. Oops. Okay, right at 0, it's not picking up on the. Okay, there we go. So we'll say 1. Be 1 based instead of 0 based. Okay, now I'll make some kind of path that the corridor will take. It won't be just a straight path. There'll be a few twists and turns. Okay. I don't make it too complicated because there'll be some crazy shit already just going up 6 levels. Let's start with the next wall. Oh, don't make it a wall, make it a floor. Okay, let's do a floor. I'm just going to admit I do not have the puzzle concept yet. I've got like some vague half-formed ideas in my head. I know I want axles. I'm picturing them being pushed into place to catch blocks. When you fling blocks, they go flying as far as they can, but if there is something that can be placed in front of them, they'll stop. Okay, let's take this guy, extrude it up. This is also, this geometry I'm making now, there's a fair chance it won't be the final geometry, but I need to get a little bit of structure in there. Pro Builder, growth selection. Let's just wait until it shows the new texture. Damn, this is going to be a weird level. That's 48? Wow. Okay. Yeah, it says down here height 47. All right, so then let's take that, duplicate it, and then drag it up. Okay, do I have that lined up right? Yeah. But I want this to pull out. Okay, that seems right. Okay. Take that, duplicate that. This is going to be so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Okay. It does kind of beg for there to be a later level, which is deep and long corridor. And that, I will have earned a nice reaction from the player at that point. It's like, oh shit, because I did get a really long one before. They did get a really deep one before. So yeah, I am actually kind of looking forward to that. I don't know why this guy is affecting that guy. Let me see. It's probably that stupid Pro Builder linked object thing. Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. Where did I lose M? Where's she at? Is she up that high? No, she's not up that high. Where'd she go? Anyways, I'm only at 144, so I'm like maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 more of these will put me up to where she's at. Yeah. Wow. Man, I bite off a lot here. God damn, this is stupid. But maybe good stupid. I like to think it's good stupid. Okay, Em, where'd you go? Em, where'd you go? Where are you? What happened to you? player. Oh, she's over here. Okay. 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 Let's bring her up. This is definitely the weirdest level I've made so far. So I'm just thinking about what the player is going to do to navigate inside of this level. And there'll have to be some things that make certain areas hard to get to. All right, let me just try out a little bit of this. Player, let's get you moved over onto land. I feel like I need to do like a... What are you complaining about? I guess nothing. I need to just do just a sanity check on this whole concept. So I'll make sure it renders okay and stuff like that. Okay, first problem. You can't really see anything to the east of you. Although there you get a good view. And it's entirely feasible to put in little things where you can walk out over the edge and see what's up. All right, down we go. Okay, I think probably I'm going to want this whole thing to be totally enclosed, so there's no peeking through of the background. That's a nice view right there. Let me just get rid of the ground. I just don't think it's gonna do anything for me in this level. So I'm thinking about the problem of making some areas hard to get to. It's always easy to go down. It's not necessarily easy to go up. Maybe a good place to put the exit is on the top level. The other thing I'm playing with in my head is staggering the two sides. So you'd be able to see maybe halfway down on the other side of this corridor, because there'll be like a complementary walls on the other side. Maybe be able to see halfway down, oh, there's some things that I could land on top of. They might be good or bad places to be. Oh, another thing I could do. I don't know if this makes a good puzzle or not, but I could have axles that you can turn around this side so that they face out, and then use those to catch you to make you land on specific points underneath. All right, I've got enough confidence that I can have flexibility in what I choose, that I'm okay with building out the wall. The main decision is, do I want to stagger it or do I want to keep it on the same? I think I want to stagger it. I'm going to stagger it. Oh, there's a bad thing about that though. I'll lose the color coding consistency, so I won't stagger it. I change my mind again. It feels like it'd be nice to have an exit here too. Maybe not have it up top, have it at the bottom. I'm going to go with my feeling on this. It will also be interesting to see if this goes high enough. It does not. I had not anticipated it needing to go this far. That's all right though. Hopefully my particle effects go up that high. I can edit them if they don't. No one can accuse this corridor of not being deep. I'll just say that. See, it doesn't go all the way up. No. That was reasonable. I put a limit on it. Let's see where that's specified. Probably the lifetime. So if we just say they go, their duration, let's say it's 10 seconds. Yeah, that's what does it. Okay, now they're going maybe further than they need to go. All right. Let's take them down. Okay, that should do it. It's going a little past. It looks about right. Set that to 8. This level is insane. Alright. I think let's have it just go all the way around. And these were not so big of meshes. They were not so complex of meshes that I can't keep adding to them without causing a slowdown with ProBuilder. ProBuilder sometimes slows down on me when the meshes get large, or I should say not large, but containing a large count of faces to them. Having second thoughts about making all one. My reasoning is that I may need to redo some of them so I can add in more features to the mesh. So if I want to stick like a room off to the side, then I'll have to delete one and redo it. So I'll keep them from being so monolithic. I'll just put them in like one per side per tier. Wait a minute, did I do a wall? No, I didn't do a wall. Something's off. There we go. Pro Builder confusion. Oh, I gotta be careful. Are those at the same level? I don't think they are. I think the mistake I made there is that the second one up is actually a little bit higher than the first. So this has to come up. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Token edit to get Pro Builder to wise up. There we go. And fix this to be flush. Two more. In this ridiculous level, two more. This grandiose level. Another good thing about not staggering it is that when you're walking, along that one side, and you can't see what's beneath you. You'll be able to see on the other side something that kind of mirrors the structure of what you're walking on. It'll give you a little bit of an anchor. It'll let you grasp, this weird structure that you're walking around on. That's my theory, anyways. Another theory is that I've played too much Manifold Garden. Okay, it's time to test that again. She was up too high. I noticed that. She's trying to float above the floor there, and I need her to be on the floor. There we go. Let's just throw a quick egg up here too, so that I can get back to the top. No, it's not a bad location for it anyways, but anyways, let's just go boom, like that. Save. Go. It's nice to see the particles making it all the way up to the top. Yeah, actually I could probably bring her down to this level. Nah, on the other hand, that's fun. This is gonna be the shit. Okay, so I need to finish walling this thing off to get the basic structure right, and then it'll be puzzle time. And weirdly, I still don't quite have the puzzle idea in my head. I'm picturing little things while I'm working and kind of playing with them in my head. So maybe by the time this thing's built out, I'll have some very clear idea. Worst case, I just make a pretty level that doesn't take much of anything to play through. Like a little scenic interlude. That wouldn't be horrible. Oops. Okay, these ones are going to be a lot faster to do. Because they don't need individual editing. Although I will have to edit the other walls to have them pull in a little bit better. Yeah, I take it back. They will all need individual editing. Okay. Oh, stop too soon. Wait a minute, what? It's like it's up one too high. Alright, this is where it started, okay. There we go. up all these corners so that they come flush. You have to set an alarm to order some food. Get all these what am I looking at moments, and whenever I have one, I'm just thinking, what's fucked up? No, that one's fine. That one was explicable. I always wondered why they made a totally different word for explain. Inexplicable. What about unexplainable? Isn't that the same thing? Why would you create a new... They had a good reason. I'm sure it was a good reason. Whoever those people were. Those word-making people. I always do this. Just give myself all this extra work to follow through with the big idea. But it's gonna look good. It's gonna be worth it. I think it's gonna be just fine. I'm wondering, do I close off do I put the egg down one level so that I've already got this part coming up around? Or do I just bring up like one more set of walls? Because I can't have it like this because I've got like this gap here. It's a question of, have I already gone up like so fucking far that I might as well just go down a little bit? I think I will. So it's still like you're looking at it like this. That's still very, very grandiose. Like you almost can't see all the details, you know. It's just, there are diminishing returns after a while. Is this view, I'm trying to think gizmos, really so much different than this view? Yeah, I'll go down a level. It'll be all right. It also gives me an opportunity to make a nice little plateau up at the top too, to put the egg at. Save this shit. Floor. I've become such an expert in all the weird Pro Builder quirks. Just all these little workarounds that I just reflexively do now. It does make me wonder if I just put the same level of effort into like Blender or something, would I be in a better place now? I don't know. I really do love this modeling inside of Unity concept. That is worth a lot to me. For this particular game, it seems to be valuable. Oh, this is going to be the plateau. So for that, we'll just bring it. I think it might be cool to pull it back. Let him walk up on it. Ooh, that kind of thing. Right. I don't know why you decided that you were going to also get pulled out. Actually, I do have some inkling. Pro Builder, you have bugs. Some of them quite bad. And actually, there's like a true Pro Builder object that's here, and there's this other thing that gets pulled out, which is a false image. But if I go like that, is it gonna, thank you. That's what I needed. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take the egg, plop it down here. No, damn. Let's take not just one piece of the egg, let's take the whole egg. Go down 48. It is unfortunate that I chose an even number for this width, because then I can't center the egg unless I want to redo a whole bunch of shit, and I don't. Okay. So then we want to tighten up these corners, get them all sealed off. I think I'll do it the way I did last time. Just make them all go out by one. And I will need one more of these. There's the final wall. Okay. Yeah, let's do the other side. I think I see a light leak, or a potential light leak. Am I right? Dang it. Thought I was measuring everything quite well, but apparently not. Well, that's interesting. I don't know how I end up with this connected in such a different way. That's okay though. It's okay. I'm not going for strict symmetry on this level. Let's call that one good. Okay, I'll come down and check out the corners. Those look fine. Other side. Yep, looks like I sort of know what I'm doing. Let's just check it out. Oh. In order to let myself go back up to the top if I want, I'm going to put some spikes down at the bottom. Yeah. It'll pick up on the next one. Left side's probably fine. No? Interesting. Sometimes I have to run the height map once after I've started the level and brought it back to the editor. It has something to do with Pro Builder and the way it stores objects. I'm pretty sure. I'm blaming so much on Pro Builder, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay, cool. So what am I doing in this level? First off, exit is real easy to get to. So there's got to be some kind of obstacle. The obstacle can just be down at the bottom. It could just be a simple letter bridge that you have to cross. I kind of like that. This could be blocks and axles. That could be the puzzle. So if I had some blocks and they were up here, the first problem I would have is how to get them off of the walls. And that means that I would need more than more than 1 square wide points in the path. So there have to be little bits that come out. Now those points where the wall comes out a little bit further, they could be helpful for another thing, which is making it difficult to get to certain areas. So right now, any place that I want to drop down to, it's pretty easy to drop down to it. But if there's an overhang, then that last jump down that I would have done would have gone past 2 tiers to this level. There's one little glitch. This should go around the corner. That's easy. I just pull in from this side. It'll be fine. Okay. There is one other possibility for letters. Doesn't require those things to go 2 places out. could be, if you push them along this edge north, it would come out over the edge here. Now if there's nothing to catch it, it's just going to go over to this wall over here. Thinking about, suppose I was just trying to keep it simple. Not give the player too much to think about. Suppose each one of these tiers had all the letters needed to spell something. There'd be some combination of letters here. I was thinking how much leeway you actually have. Not too much. I was just thinking, like, just with this simple shape, what kind of block puzzles can be made without adding anything to complicate it. So you've got one block here that could go south. If you've got two, you can't change the order. On this side, you've got one block that can go north, or it can go south. It's actually a limited number of combinations you can do. You can do three blocks in this corner. You can do 2 blocks in this corner. 3 blocks in this corner. 2 blocks in this corner. And the ordering of the letters is it's going to be the same every time. Let me play with that. I did think of a few other things that could potentially make a difference in what words you can spell. All right, so let's put an A there. B here. See here. D here. E here. F here. There's a kind of nice thing about this layout as I have it now too, that it's not possible to knock the blocks off of this tier. Oh, you got these corners too. Okay, I can make puzzles. There can be different ways to spell things up here. I was thinking it was going to boil down to a pretty straightforward set of choices. But I can see now that depending how you order it, it could be different. A, no, it's B. So there's these guys too. Yeah, okay. Let's play with it. B seems pretty limited. Feels like the kind thing to do would be not to make these block puzzles too hard. All right, suppose I wanted to make A, B, C. In general, I can't just pick any combination of letters and make it, though. This is pretty constrained as to what you could do. So I could, for instance, I can get 3 letters together down here. Go A. Right, so that's one thing I could do. I figured out how to work the axles in. Hold on, I'll be right back. So I like the idea of spelling one word per tier. Spelling, okay, I said something about the axles. I don't know if that idea was right, though. I was thinking like the things you spell could interact with the axles down at the bottom. But usually you're like you can remove obstacles to axles by disrupting blocks, but spelling things is not going to open gates or bridges. Okay. How many levels do I get? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-word sentence. Let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-word sentence. Okay. kind of like this because there's some 2-letter ones that can give the player just a tiny bit of a break. It's like, okay, I know how to put H and E together, T and O together, B and E together. Then even if they're just trying to get used to this whole thing, those ones will let them make some progress and not feel stymied. And then I could just have them go in the same order. I think that's fine. Like the top one can be he, H-E. So you'll start out with an easy one. Kinder can be the very last one. That'll be a hard one. Okay. I'm not going to try to force axles into this. If I think of a good thing to do with them, yeah, fine. Okay, was I counting the top one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was. Okay. If I put this right in the corner, it means the player can choose which way they want to go with it. Alright, that one is not too hard, except that you got to see what this level is. Actually, it might be kind of hard, because the way I've got it, you can move H over here. Then you come back around, knock E this way. I can put something to catch it over here. I could let the egg catch it. Let me just double check that it actually goes where I think it's going. Yeah. But let's not allow it to block the one and only exit from the egg. Let's move it off that way. So the thing I'm avoiding is you knock the E over the one exit and then M dies and there's no place for her to go because the exit's blocked. I think it actually would have her walking out and pushing the block, but that's bad in its own way. So I don't think she would be prevented from being born, but there would be a side effect of being born, which would be that she would push the E out. That seems like the kind of thing to use in a puzzle later on, like a hard puzzle late in the game. Okay, so I think that one's solvable. You knock this guy that way, the H. Go around up here, knock the E this way, lands here, you go bam against there, bam back up this way, you got HE. It's actually not a bad puzzle. Okay, next one harder. But I don't want to make it too hard. So we want you to go up this way. So we want you to go north. Bump. There'll be a problem with D kind of being in the wrong spot. Maybe you up there. West. Well, this could be a better U actually. Let's do U here. Then you'll knock it up in that corner. This could be USE. Okay, so if I knock E up this way, it'll be on the wrong side of this guy, which I want to be S, so that it forces you to knock the S west after the U. Then we need D coming up behind here? That would work. I don't want to put two blocks going on the same path though. Because if they both land in the same spot, one will go down to a lower tier and then it's lost. So if U is in this corner, D could go up that way, but if it has to go, all of them have to go up against one corner or the other. So think the way it works is we put D here. Okay, so I can knock S and D this way. I can destroy D. No, I don't know if that's helpful. I could knock D and S this way, destroy S, knock U up here, knock E up here. No, after U's up here, then bring S over, then knock E, then knock D. And that is a pretty hard puzzle. Not bad. Get rid of these guys. All right. So let me try those two. Do some unpacking. First off, let's spell he. That one's done. E and U. So one thing is this should be unscrew-upable. So I should be able to move around kind of fast. And then the player's going to be tempted to follow it. But if they do, that kind of sucks for them. They'll end up dropping down a level. Okay, so there's another one. These are good moderate to hard puzzles. I don't want to make them much harder than this. Feeling good enough about the overall concept here. I think I'll go ahead and make the part at the bottom that allows you to get to the exit. So for that, I think the easiest thing is let's just bring this up on a pedestal. Okay. It's also, even for me, while I'm making the level, it's more fun for me to make the level and try it out if I can hear the letter bridges closing when I get a word right. It's like, I don't want to rob myself of that little tiny bit of joy while I'm working on the level. How much more room I got? Enough. I think I'll end up spacing these letters out so they take up the full area. But to start with, I'll just get them down. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of word art. What makes good word art? Well, these should be much more spread out. All right, let's bring kinder down towards the bottom. Much. it'd be more fun to have them not line up exactly. So let's just move that over a little bit. Okay, 2 will be in the middle, going, well, not quite the middle, but the horizontal bit there. Okay. I want to be careful that you can't land on this from anywhere else. I think I'm fine though. Okay, let's get he down there. So it's not right up against the edge. Yeah, cool. All right, and let's fill in the sides of this, or the non-letter bridge parts. Let's fill in those. Up. Okay, and some steps coming up to the bridge. So that gives you the goal to get to. Okay, H, used, and then TO. do something a little bit easy. Give him a break. Come on. This is already kind of hard. Just give him a break. If I had T and O at corners here, unlike the one above, you wouldn't be able to do anything very good with it. Yeah, I think the puzzles above me are actually fairly hard. So let's just make one that's a bit of a gimme. This one's not hard. Okay, and B is probably going to be pretty easy too. Let me think, are there any variations on the 2-letter puzzle here that I could be doing? Yeah. Yeah, there is. Fact. When I think about these 2 letters, B and E. E will have been used elsewhere, but B, it's unique. Here's where I get to be a little sneaky. Okay, so make this deceptively simple puzzle. Well, even then, it's not even deceptive. It's like, yeah, this is not hard. Just push them both together. Okay. But there's going to be something else that you can do with these 2 blocks. This is the only place I'm going to put in the level that you can go the opposite direction if you want and have 2 blocks going out this way. So what that means is E will land here and get caught. B will also get caught here, but it'll fall down 1. You'll be out 2 squares. That'll put you in position. And to get it right, I should do. Let me just. That'll put you in position to drop down two levels to some kind of special access point for the bonus. Okay, so we come this way. Okay. 2 blocks there. You're here. Go straight down. Wait a minute. Well, I gotta see if I got that right. Yeah, okay. So this is the point where you're going to drop from. Okay. And the catch point needs to be above here, because if it was beneath, then you just... I could put a rail there. I could put a rail to make it a little bit harder. Yeah, harder to see too, because I want this to be a little bit tricky. So we could put a gift. A present. Down here. Let's see, if it was here, would you be able to see it? I think so. Let's try this. Get ourselves a grate. Just throw that one away. Somebody's trying to contact me in some fashion with all the stupid ways in this modern world that... I don't even want to call it a modern world. That's a fucking dark ages. With all the stupid ways in the new dark ages that you can send somebody a message. Somebody's trying to send me through one of the 17 ways I'm connected. And I don't think I won't even want to go look at it. Alright. Oh man, this is so fucking hard though. This is gonna make like people just do trial and error to find it. I don't want that. Way too fucking hard. Okay. It's not gonna be fun. Will not be fun. So if I just make the present visible, I'll just have it come up a little bit. There should be some term like the Dark Ages for the stupidity that we're involved with right now. I do not think this is a time in history to be proud of. I do not think so. And I'm somebody who likes to be proud of things. I'm somebody that likes to be happy. I would love to be happy about what humans are doing right now. That's my nature. I'm on Team Human. I'm rooting for them all the time. But it's like, it's hard to find the word for it. Like you need a new word for it. Maybe it's an old word. Maybe it's shame. Maybe I'm just ashamed. Maybe that's what I feel. I was going to say embarrassed. That's close, you know. But then there's something else too. It's like I know that it's like us that I'm mad at. So it does. I vacillate between, oh God, it's worse. It's worse. Okay. So there's a bunch of assholes running the world. And they're not competent. They're not even like good at being bad guys. So if they were, they'd be placating the fuck out of us to just save their own skin. They would not be letting income inequality go out of control. They would not be letting the world be ravaged by coronavirus. They would have some semblance of democracy that was serving the people. That would be in their own best interest. So double fuck them for being evil and being incompetent. Okay? Now that's where I get angry. Now here's where I get sad. We let them. The rest of us that are pretty fucking decent, we just let them. We just let them walk around, do their stupid shit. Because we're afraid. We're weak. And we're looking after, we've got our own kind of shitty version of self-interest. It's not as grandiose as theirs. We don't need to be billionaires. We don't need private sex islands. We're just like, well, as long as me and my family are okay, it's the most I can do to get through this world is just hope me and my family are. That's the thing that's running through everybody's head. It's not enough, and that's the part where I get sad and kind of like you see somebody is a sweet person, but they're not gonna stick their neck out. They're not gonna think about things outside of them and their family. It's very provincial. It's very short-sighted. All around, just a whole bunch of people making tiny decisions against large fucking killer problems, existential problems. It's madness. So that's why I say I can't even say modern times with a straight face, or I can't. This is bullshit times. This is the nobody's at the wheel times. We're driving a bus off a cliff. I think a lot of us would agree to that sentiment, but they wouldn't agree with the specifics of what the problems are. So we're all pointing at different things, and there are certain problems. They're at the root of the misery, and they have culprits behind them. And those culprits are sneaky as fuck. They do their best to redirect all the attentions that people have to things that don't involve them. So it's like you walk into a room, you see some shit in the middle of the floor, and there's a guy who is kind of in the corner sneaking away, and he is almost certain the guy that took a shit in the middle of the floor, but he says like Russian control of elections, he says police brutality, he says abortion, anything but economics, anything about the system. I'm not saying like all the issues that people worry about, spend a lot of energy on, that aren't at the root of what these assholes are up to are irrelevant. No, some of them are so important. But these culprits, they will gleefully point everyone at the problems other than the ones that they are responsible for. And it's so insidious and it's so stupid, and I'm fucking sick inside about it. I really am. These are the kind of things I usually say when I've had a little too much alcohol, but it doesn't take Doesn't take much alcohol to get it all to come out these days. Don't be proud of the times you live in. It's not quite enough for human nature to be basically nice. I think there's a lot of nice people. But are there good people? Good means you're going to take a risk. You're going to put your neck on the line. You're going to hold your hand out over the edge of this cliff to grab somebody that might be falling and maybe endanger yourself from falling too. All right, back to puzzles. Okay, T-O-B-E, the sneaky puzzle. The sneaky little challenge right here. Okay, it used to be much kinder. I got this little guy here, which you can land on top. On the other side, you can be, when you're down here, you'd be tantalized by it. Like, why can I not reach this? I think I can put it up higher. That way you'll catch a glimpse of it, but it just won't be so in your face while you're actually down here trying to solve a puzzle. I might play with that a little bit more. Okay. He used to be much. Let's get some block pads out there. So my feeling is I'm gonna need something like 3 or 4 letters on one of these long sides. Well, not 4, maybe 2 or 3. Okay, so I've got M here. That can go in the corner. Go H there. Yeah, this. I'm realizing that it's definitely harder to have spelling against this wall because you have to pick vantage or jumping off points on this far end, and it's hard to see like what is going to move it there. Okay, so you go M, knock H and C south, U across, destroy C, knock that north, destroy H, knock it north. Seems like it works. And I have a great advantage over the player in that I can see everything. It's so unfair, this advantage I have over the player. Because they'll be like, they'll have to use their memory, essentially, to remember where things are. Okay. Okay, then down here I've got a big fucking long word. Kinder. There's something interesting that happened, though. This passage got a lot narrower as we got towards the bottom. It almost overlaps. It almost overlaps. Fuck, that is kind of interesting. Man. If it did overlap, what would that mean? I don't know if it would make it a different puzzle or not. Okay, so if it overlapped, you could knock things along this line from one corner to the other, but I think you could do that the same over here. And these other parts here, they're insertion points, but unlike these edges, I can't really control the insertion. What if it came in 2, though? That would mean these guys could start feeding in. Like, you could knock something up here, go against this wall, then you could have it go this way. I think I have to kind of create this in a temporary way to see if it's worth doing. Because the fold change to make it work is fairly involved. So let's just add in some temporary stuff here. A little bit of scaffolding. Throw in this kind of wall to make it real proper ugly. Nope. Okay, so now I've got something with more options. Although that might be a dumb way of looking at it, but yeah, I'm not sure if I like it. The problem is, no, you know what? There's another good thing about this being the lowest level. If I happen to drop extra blocks down underneath, I can destroy them down below. They'll come back up to this level because there aren't any block pads on the bottommost level. Alright, let's get some block pads out there. Oh! I thought of one other trick that I haven't used yet. Multiple block pads. I think that's going to give me more bang for the buck and it'll be easier to do too. So let's take that away. Take that away. It is a nice thing for the player that on this last puzzle, which is going to be the most complicated one, they can now finally start seeing things a little closer in together. All right. Kinder has all unique letters. That's something I like. Oh, that made me remember. Yeah. Yeah, the cool thing is I can put multiple block pads down. And use them to get around corners. Alright, so say you had all those. And you wanted to get them together. Let me just pick a destination wall. Let's say I want it to be this wall up here. So if that's true, I need to get K up there first. And actually, so I don't lose track, let's put the blocks on too so I know what the starting points are. Okay. Alright, so I can knock it north, destroy it on this wall. Put it on the corner to add a little ambiguity. Nah, that's mean. This puzzle's going to be hard enough. Okay, then from there you can knock it over there. And then north. Okay. So I. How do I get I out of this mess? I could knock it south. Destroy it in one of these two corners. Okay, if I knock it. I think it'd be okay to give two options. So the player could say, I'll knock it one way or the other. If you go this way, it's sort of a dead end. The break I here, it's going to go back to there. This way, however, I goes all the way up here. I can knock it in this direction. And say I down there. Okay, that's 2 down. Hopefully. Where is N? There it is. Let's give them at least one easy one. Okay, so all they gotta do is knock in north. Against that wall, and then okay, but that actually looks a little bit far, so let's put it on this side. Okay. And K can come out further. Okay. Let's do D. I think I would like a solution where it makes them go in the opposite direction. So we'll say if they knock it up this way and destroy it, it's just going to come back down to D. Or, well, let's see. Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta try not to make this too hard. Interesting thing about the E here is it's gonna get in the way of, is it the K? I? Which one was it? There was one that was going to come this way. Oh. No, here's the K right here. Okay. So you can knock K up north. No, there was another one. Oh, the I. The I. Okay, so I was supposed to come south, but the truth is all you gotta do is knock it north and it's gonna, yeah. That might be fine. If that's the case, then this essentially serves as a red herring. I think I was hoping, I know how you fix this. Okay. So it's real simple. I just move the I up one further. And then if you knock it north and break it, it'll just come to here. But if you knock it south, boom, 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 then you can choose to go this way, which takes you back up here, which will take you back to there. You can choose to go this way, and that's going to bring you up here. And then when you break it here, ooh, but it'll probably still come to this guy, unless I pull this guy down further. That would probably do it. Okay, so E is going to be here. I is coming down along this line. It will be on this side, on the annoying side of E, because this way takes you nowhere. So you would actually have to move E off out of the way first, then bring I down, then knock it over, boom, up to there. Okay. That is enough challenge in this puzzle. Everything else should be easy. This is looking definitely on the hard side. So let's get R, the last letter, in. So I could put it there, and then it wouldn't be at the end of the word. So you'd have to make a little thing down here to eventually knock it back up. You could like get maybe D over there, or I. Knock R down. It's down there with a little space here. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Alright, I'm guessing this has some bugs in it. Level design bugs, but seems pretty close to being done. My alarm's about ready to ring, which means I gotta order some food and talk to some people. So I'm gonna stop the stream right here. If anyone's been on with me, Lurican, nice to have you, Lurican. Hope you got some enjoyment out of it. If anyone's watching this from video on demand, YouTube, Twitch, hope you enjoyed it too. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stop, stop, stopping the stream.